the Syrup Ranch in Bolus. My name's Jacleen.
My name's Mike.
My name's Jada.
My name's
Willow.
My name's Weston.
My name's Lakin.
And what do you do here?
My name's Syrup.
Make maple syrup.
2009 we started. Back here on our property, we tapped 12 trees, and every year we tapped, we doubled in size. Laid off in 2009 when the economic went crazy, and I was walking around out here, and springtime was my ice fishing time, and at this time of the year, kind of ice goes away and there's a dead time where the ice goes out and there's nothing to do, and I figured I would try making syrup out here with all the trees that we had, and like I said, we had 12 trees I tapped, and just had a cast iron kettle, 30-gallon kettle, and it was wood fired, and I was hauling the sap back with a wheelbarrow, and it was just, I was getting so much sap back I couldn't handle it. And then every year after that we kind of modified, got a little bigger, made more efficient pans and things to make syrup, and I don't know, it kind of all snowballed into just every year getting bigger.
His dad and his mom were headed out to Wisconsin, and they stopped and met some guy out there that made maple syrup, and well, throughout the years he became our buddy and kind of his support and his go-to.
My mentor. Mm-hmm. He did it for 43 years out there, and that's all he did for a living was commercially make maple syrup, and he had this big evaporator out there. It was a 4x14 foot evaporator, and all of a sudden one day he approached me and said, how would you, what do you think about buying my equipment? And I says, your equipment? I says, that thing is huge. I said, there's no way. I said, I'm just, I just do it for fun, you know, a little. Well, he said, think about it. And my wife and I, we thought about it, and we had the shed or nothing was in the works even. We decided to build a shed, back, have it inspected, Minnesota Department of Ag, and kind of jump in. And so yeah, we told Alan that we were committed in buying his equipment. Alan said, he said, if you're gonna jump all in, he said, jump all in, he said. So yeah. Those wood, that pine actually came from trees where her and I grew up. We grew up as neighbors. So when they took the road out, they cut the pine trees down. So the pine in here is from the trees that were up by our place along the road. Typically the first week in March, depending on a normal year, but the last couple, last year was 3 weeks into March we tapped, and the year before that was, we were almost all done at the end of March. So it all depends on the weather. You need the warm days in 40s, and then the freezing nights in the 20s is ideal. But usually you can tell the sun angle in the beginning of March is starting to, it's starting to get higher into the sky, and the sun is becoming more powerful.
Those bubbles are sap.
The bubbles are sap? Is that what that is?
Mm-hmm.
We got all our trees on tubing this year, and last year was the first year where they all were on tubing. We got rid of all the pails, now everything's on vacuum. And this is our pump house is right here. A vacuum is created, and it is pulling the sap. It's not actually sucking it out of the tree because the tree has to give you the sap. So you're actually creating like an artificial pressure, barometric pressure for that tree. So you're actually tricking the tree thinking that it's releasing the sap to you. So and the sap, or the vacuum, just assists the sap to get back without the buckets. We got about 8 miles of tubing out here up in all the woods. We had 5 people come out here, my brothers and my dad, and it took us 3 hours.
He had all the lines. All the lines.
I had them all set. All they had to do is just drill and tap them in. No, every year they get tapped. Just the whole rotation is a little different. The tapping the tree doesn't hurt the trees at all. Typically it takes about 2 years to totally cover the hole up. where you won't even see where it'll have a little scar where the hole was, but after the first year it'll be about halfway healed over, and after year you barely tell where the holes are. You'll just see a little scarring in the bark, but it does not harm the bark or tree at all.
Generally speaking, it's 43 gallons of sap to 1 gallon of syrup once it's cooked and filtered. We tap here is mostly sugar maples, but you can tap maples, box elders,
Red and silvers.
red and silver. For me, it's fun to involve the kids and do something that we all enjoy doing. Gets us all outside, and it's fun to start something and teach the kids how you can make sap into syrup.